Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope everybody's doing well. I am going to take a quick second just to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Capricorn out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Capricorn, you get in wherever you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Capricorn? All right, Capricorn, you are starting out with the World in reverse. You have the Three of Pentacles reversed. And you have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like there's some unfinished business. There's some kind of a solid foundation here that has collapsed. It's collapsed, and you feel like there's things that are unfinished. There's things that aren't complete with regard to that. But I don't feel like you're being very cooperative. So I don't know if this Ace of Cups, it could be a couple of things. This could be new love that's come into your life. It could be you pouring this love into yourself. And it could also be for some of you that you feel like things aren't over between you and this person. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Capricorn's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the King of Cups, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy, Five of Cups reverse, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, so this person, I definitely feel like has feelings and emotions for you. They have a lot of love for you. This is somebody who can sometimes feel like the love they feel is overwhelming. With the Five of Cups, I do feel like whenever this foundation between the two of you collapsed, this person felt very sad. There was a lot of sadness. So now they are hoping that there will be a second chance in this connection, that the two of you can take the lessons that have been learned from the past and you can move forward together, but they're unclear, they're unsure. With the Two of Wands, this tells me that this person is trying to make a decision about this. So let me see. Show me the energy between Capricorn and this person. Five of Wands reversed, which is nice. So there was a power struggle between the two of you. I do feel that, you know, there was a lot of conflict that was here. And this is telling me that that conflict has ended. Yeah, that's good. That's good energy. Let me see what's affecting this connection. The King of Wands. So there's passion here as well. Yeah, there's passion. So I like that. I like that a lot. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I feel like when you guys get along, you get along physically, like really well. And when you fight hard. There's a lot of fire energy between the two of you. But I see love between the two of you as well. Show me the outcome. The Six of Wands. I love this. I love this, Capricorn. It looks like there's success here. Now, this person might live at a distance from you. If so, I feel like they would be willing to travel, but there's a sense of recognition on both sides. There's a sense of success. And again, more of that fire energy. So bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. This is underlying energy. And that is that energy of wistful thinking, looking at everything that's happened, wondering if there's still love here. Could there possibly be love? It's daydreaming energy. Let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the World in reverse for Capricorn? All right, we have the Nine of Cups reversed and the Two of Swords. All right, so you've already made up your mind that there's something here that you don't like. It looks like it has to do with the conflict between the two of you, because I can see you're avoiding having any conflict. So you don't like that part of it. Here's the thing, Capricorn. You like it when things are very passionate between the two of you in a positive way, but you're saying, I'm not going to engage in these power struggles, however. That's what you don't like about it. I do feel like you don't feel things are completely over between you and this person, but I feel like you are saying, I am absolutely not going to engage in power struggles. I don't like it. Let me see the Three of Pentacles. So that's that uncooperative energy. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to be dealing with power struggles either. Oh, you've had other people interested in you, but I feel like you're not interested with them. Page of Cups reversed, Page of Wands reversed. Yeah, you've been kind of keeping to yourself since this thing fell apart. I feel like you haven't really been, you know, out meeting a lot of people. There are at least 2 people, if not more, that are in your energy that are interested in you, but I don't see you returning those feelings. So let me see. And you feel there's a feeling here too that you haven't had any good news in a long time. Yeah, you're looking for some good news. You're looking for communication. I feel like you haven't been in communication with this person in a while. Let me see the Ace of Cups. Show me the Ace of Cups for Capricorn. All right, we have the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands. Wow. Wow. So, yeah, you've been waiting for true love. You've been pouring this love into yourself. You've been waiting for commitment, for something that's stable, possibly even marriage. Yeah. And in the meantime, you're growing yourself one loving act at a time. And you are committed to self as well. Four of Wands here, this is stability. This is stability. You want a love that is stable, that's successful, and you're willing to wait for that. So let's look at this person's energy. Show me the King of Cups. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands reversed, and we have the Ace of Wands. So this person does have feelings for you. There is all this passion, but they're realizing that all the fighting, all the conflict, all the push-pull, the power struggles, even though it was very passionate, that's what made this unsuccessful. It wasn't that there wasn't love. It wasn't that there wasn't passion. It was this constant fighting, the constant struggle. And so now I feel like this person wants to put that struggle aside and focus on the positives in the relationship. And I feel like you do too. They're realizing, it's like they're learning lessons from what happened here. Let me see the Five of Cups reversed. Because I do feel like this person goes back, they think about what has happened, they look at the past, and I do feel like they have learned quite a bit. Yeah, they're holding on to your energy. Four of Coins, Strength card in reverse. Yeah, they're fearful. They're fearful that they're going to just keep holding on to you and that it's not going to come to fruition. So this is somebody who I do think that they know they need to work on themselves. Yeah, and they definitely do. They need to work on themselves. They're guarded. They operate out of fear. And they could have some things that they need to overcome as well. So I do feel like this is somebody who is in that process of looking at themselves. Yeah, they're finally looking at themselves, but it took this thing falling apart before they could do that. Now they're questioning, you know, is there still something left between us? Show me the Two of Wands. Show me the Two of Wands for the person in Capricorn's energy. The Tower reversed. And the Queen of Wands reversed. So I don't know if you were seeing other people at some point, because it looks to me like you were kind of keeping to yourself, but there could have been other people, because this person is saying there was another person that was involved here. It caused a Tower moment. They feel like you chose someone over them at some point. And that's what has caused them to go into the power struggles. So they want to rebuild this, but they don't know what to do in order to rebuild this connection. They feel like it wasn't built on a solid foundation to begin with. And so they don't know exactly how to fix the problem, I guess is what I'm saying. But they want to. They definitely want to. So this is somebody I feel like that has maybe some childhood wounding or something. There's something here that needs to be healed. Let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords reversed. And we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah, at some point you cut this person out. You were very angry with them. You cut them out because you were tired of the struggle. You were tired of the conflict, of the, power struggles. You just didn't like it. It's not that you didn't have feelings for them, but you felt like you just couldn't deal with that any longer. And I can see this energy of somebody that was just ready to blow. So in order to, eliminate all this power struggle, you just cut them out. I do feel like this person was quite shocked. I feel like they were very emotional about this. There was a lack of communication. I also feel like this person, doesn't always tell the truth. There was a at least one, if not many more, very angry, like conversations or fights between the two of you. So this person knows now at this point that they do love you. They know that they want this connection back. They miss the physical aspects in particular. And this person is afraid that, it's not going to be successful, that it's not going to come back around. So this is why they are somewhat avoiding and keeping silent. Let me see the King of Wands. You might be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Show me the King of Wands, please. Four of Cups. And the Page of Swords. So you're sitting around thinking about this person. You're trying to also learn from the past. There's a feeling here that maybe you were so focused on all the conflict that you weren't recognizing the love. So you're kind of second guessing yourself now. There's an energy here of you saying, there was a lot of problems. There was a lot of, crazy stuff that took place here. But since we haven't been talking, now I'm going back and I'm looking at things. And maybe I wasn't noticing how much this person did love me. Maybe I was taking some things for granted. In their energy, this person is doing some spying. They're doing some low-key spying. They're wondering, is there going to be an opportunity for us to, bring this back together? They want to talk to you, but instead they're kind of sitting in the background letting their fear run the show. They are wondering, are you available? Is Capricorn with somebody else? Are they, is there someone new in their energy? I don't see you having anybody new in your energy. I feel like you're more or less trying to process everything that has occurred. They're doing some spying though. They haven't released you. They haven't let you go, but their fear is what is keeping them from actually reaching out. Let me see the Six of Wands. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. All right, so we have the Lovers reversed. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so in your outcome, I do feel like there will be success, but not immediately. Not immediately, and the reason is because I feel like there's still a lot of growth and processing of what took place that has to happen. I do feel like you are, like I said, pouring that love into yourself. I do feel like you are open to this person. However, you're waiting. There's a sense of waiting. Why? Well, because the Five of Cups, there's this sense of needing to, you don't want to rush into anything too quickly. You're making sure that this person does indeed have the feelings for you. That, you know, because I feel like when you come back into this, Capricorn, you're coming into it wanting this to be a new beginning, a solid, committed connection. All right. And I feel like the person you're dealing with has some things maybe from their childhood. I don't know, but there's some things that they need to heal. You're questioning, did this person actually love you? You're looking at everything that's happened here in the past. You're still processing everything. And I feel like you're not willing to move into this unless you know it's going to be successful. Now, in their energy, they're trying to, balance out their masculine and feminine energies, which I do think that they are going to do. They're very avoidant. They're trying to avoid having another tower moment, but it's not going to happen because I do feel like if they take any kind of action at all, there's a tower moment coming. This person also feels like you brought somebody else into the mix, and that's what really blew things up, in their opinion. I'm not saying it did. They feel like you chose someone else over them, but they're acknowledging that you're not involved in that anymore. And can they rebuild this because they are in love with you? I do feel like this person definitely loves you, but I do see some immature energy, particularly in the way they speak and also in the way they think. So this person is fear-driven. They do want this second chance. They are in love with you, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to take a minute. Now, can it be successful? Absolutely, it can. It absolutely can, but it is going to require the two of you to allow divine timing, learn your lessons, each individual lessons, and it's going to take, each of you resolving the issues that you each individually have. So I don't see it coming together just yet, but I do believe it will. And I do believe that there is a possibility of a second chance if you choose it. All right, bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords in the reverse. That is underlying energy, and it does tell me that you haven't moved forward from this person. You're still looking at everything that's happened, but in dwelling on everything that's happened, you are also keeping yourself in some stuck energy, and I do have to let you know that, okay? There is love that is present, but you're unable to quite see it because you are so focused on the past. So just try not to be stuck in, past energy, because I do see that you're waiting for true love. And you can't get there if you're stuck in past energy, whether it's with this person or someone new. All right, I'm going to pull a card from an oracle deck, pulling for Capricorn. Pulling for Capricorn. Yeah, so just don't focus so much on everything from your past to the exclusion of moving forward into something that would be wonderful. All right, you have number 16, and this card is called Rescue. All right, one moment, and I will read that for you. You are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand. You need only ask, and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from Spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine, and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is a place within. All right, that's beautiful. I hope that you guys have, I also want to point out, I don't know if you can see it very clearly on this card, but this person is in that tunnel. All this emotion is coming out with the water. Water is emotion. But this person is in a balloon looking at this person. So this person has been watching you. You just need to be able to, you know, move through these emotions. Don't get stuck in the past, Capricorn. All right? And then make your decision from there. And ask for help. If you need help, ask Spirit, ask your angels, ask for help. All right? I hope that this has been helpful. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you guys in your next reading, Capricorn, know that you are loved. And namaste.